All right. Next. You ready for the next game?
Yes, sir.
Rams, Bucks.
Mm.
Bucks by 3, 48.5 is the total here. Just saw the Rams look really good on Monday. I don't know if that was so much the Rams or did Arizona totally self-destruct. We've been on here. We've
Mm.
talking about fade Cliff. Get away from Cliff late in the season.
You've been
get
all
away.
over that.
Get away. That worked. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Rams move on. Looked very good against the Bucks, who looked outstanding. We worried last week about the Bucks. What about weapons? You're missing a cut. It did not matter. Evans was good. Gronk with the touchdown catch. Brady was really good. Here's my concern for the Bucks. You've got the beautiful creamsicle hat on there, so I know what you're going to
Mm.
say. That you're tipping your hand. What about those offensive linemen getting dinged for Tampa Bay going against this defensive pass rush for LA? There's a concern. What's your level of concern here? Does it put you on the Rams? I
It
know the answer,
does.
but go ahead. Oh, it does,
Uh,
even with the hat.
so I wore the Rams hat on Game Within the Game
Mm-hmm.
with you on Monday. And I said, all right, what hat am I going to wear today? I ain't got no Bengals stuff. I will get a Bengals hat, a Cincinnati hat, if they win this game. I was going to wear the Reds, and I was thinking about baseball, and I'm like, can't think about baseball yet because it's only January, and nobody's even thinking about baseball in baseball. So I'm like, all right, I'll wear the creamsicle hat. You show up with the Houston Oiler hat. It's throwback hat day. Okay. I'm concerned for Tampa. I really thought they were going to win after I saw them play. And then I saw the Rams play. And I was like, how are they going to block the defensive line like this? And then late last night, and I fell asleep to it. I got to watch it again, but I was watching the Tampa Rams game in the SoFi when they came. And I mean, the Rams basically kicked their ass. Like the Rams were all over them. And the Bucks came into that game favored on the road. Same line. Ended up 2.5, 2. And I was on the Rams that day. And I'm watching it again and I'm going, geez, they don't got no wide receivers. And now this offensive line is beat up. How in the hell is Brady going to get through this game? I think this would be one of Brady's biggest wins of his, obviously, Tampa run, but of his recent career playoff wise. Despite being a favorite, I'm worried for Tampa Bay. Is it? I mean, what about you? You just said it. You saw it. I mean, you're surprised the line's this low. I thought the line would be on the other side of 3, but I was selfishly hoping that because I wanted to grab 3.5. Um, for books that don't move the juice on 3, like the South Point, they're moving off of 3, so they're back to 2.5. The line opened 2.5, went to 3. Books, this is an easy one to book. The number's perfect. If you want Bucks money, you put 2.5. If you want Rams money, you put 3, and you let it sit there. Now, I would actually bounce it back and forth 8 times between now and Sunday if I could. What are you doing, Dave? I'm moving it to 2.5. I want to get a Bucks bet. Up, back to 2.5. Up, there it is. Limit play back to 3. Up, move the juice. Make it 3 minus 20. Up, 3 even. Limit bet. Yep. It's not hard. This is great. This is going to be hopefully this game lives up to the billing. The
Yeah.
total, surprisingly to me, 48.5, 49, and going up. It's going up. What do you think about this game?
So Tampa, the lineman issues scare me a little bit for Brady because you talk about a quarterback that has to have his line. I mean, who doesn't? But
Yeah.
Brady in particular, right? I think a
Well,
lot of people made the mistake in last year's Super Bowl with this. The Chiefs have some linemen out. They'll be fine. It's Mahomes. It's those weapons. Don't worry. It's just a couple linemen. It doesn't matter. It's weapons, right? Well, it wasn't weapons. Weapons can't do anything
no.
if they got guys up their ass the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a concern here with the Bucks. I mean, they look great. They look great. Here's my concern on the Rams side.
Mm,
I was on Monday, Stafford to throw an interception, over 0.5 interception. How did he not? He's been a turnover machine
right.
as of late and really all season. Pro Football Focus has him 4th in the NFL this year in turnover worthy plays. So the
Turnover
interception rate.
worthy plays.
Those aren't necessarily turnovers, but ones that should have been turnovers based on the throw and where he put it and was it dropped. So it,
How
it
the hell
takes
do you
in
get
more.
that job? Determine what's the turnover worthy play.
Got to watch
Count,
a lot of
count
film.
that one. Count
Got a lot
that
of
one.
watch film.
I
Got a
guess
lot
so.
watch a lot of film there.
Uh,
But that's one of those, we say this all the time. That's a stat to back up what your eyes tell you, right? I mean, you would
right.
you
Right.
would guess that about Stafford anyway. Can Stafford put together another turnover-free performance? Can that offense do enough? Can the Rams come through? Now, they got weapons, right? Kupp didn't have a great game. OBJ was pretty good. They got guys. Now flip to the other side. I mentioned the offensive line for Tampa Bay concerns me, but you know what concerns me for the Rams? The back end of that defense. We talked about, and Arizona couldn't take
Eric
advantage of
Weddle's
it.
almost as old as us. He's
Weddle's our age. Yeah, Weddle's our age. Bless his heart. Good for him. Get back in there. No one went after him, right? And I don't know if that was because they couldn't, because of the pass rush, right? Murray was under pressure. He was scrambling. He never had a good look. He was spooked. He was running all over.
Yeah.
Was that a Kyler Murray cliff problem? Or was that because the Rams defense forced that and wouldn't let you take advantage of their back end? Because if you give some Brady some time, by God, they're going after that back end of the Rams defense.
Yes.
So I'm conflicted on this one. I could argue either case here.
Yeah, this is very, very hard. So if you blitz Brady and you don't get to him, you're in trouble.
Yes.
And if they have to keep sending people, if somehow they can at least hold them up or break even, rushing the 4 for the Rams, if the Bucs can do it, I think they'll be okay. If they have to keep somebody in and protect Brady, if the whole goal is to protect Brady, okay, he'll find his guy. He'll dink and dunk. They'll throw 6-yard passes 10 times in a row down the field and move the ball. I think the question for me in the game is that we saw Monday night, you talked about Stafford didn't throw a pick. They ran the ball so effectively. Cam Akers was delivering the blows to Arizona. And on the other show that I do with Peralt, Bostonian versus the Book, he's like, well, it was a boring game. I'm like, no, it was a work of art for the Rams. They didn't put nothing on tape. They handed the ball off and ran and ran and ran and couldn't be stopped. You've heard it all week. Newbie, you heard it all week in Philadelphia. You can't run against Tampa's defense, right?
Can't run against Tampa's defense. Vita Vea is a house in the middle, although
he is
a
house.
To the outside, runs not between the tackles. Coming into last week's game, they were 29th in the NFL, allowing 5.2 yards per carry. So if you at least try working those outsides, you set yourself up for success. Eagles didn't set themselves up for success getting in a passing battle. Jalen Hurts versus Tom Brady.
Okay, so there you go. I mean, Newbie's, hey, we're doing the shows, Cash Considerations. He's producing other shows. He's getting all this good stuff. Does his own research as well. And you can run outside on Tampa. If the Rams run, if they limit Stafford, exposing himself to deep coverages or things like that, there's a path for them to win this game. That's why I think they're live. I really like the under, though. I think this is the old school playoff game that may not be quite the shootout or the trade scores game, but I think this is going to be intense from beginning to end. I think the decision winning the game may actually even come down to the end, the field goal, or dare I say overtime. Will you bet that any game will go to overtime this weekend? Like, you want to take a crazy shot? There's only 4 games. The odds should be higher than they are, but this is the game for all of that. For me, that's the way I'm looking at it.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, click on another video right here on the screen. And if you really liked it, consider subscribing below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.